Inland Sports.
What is up, Pep, on a very strange day?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where the coronavirus has basically hijacked every single area of our lives, including the sports world. You can't even talk about sports without talking about the coronavirus. I'm not trying to feed into the hype and the fear and all that, but with that said, a lot of our favorite leagues and our teams and our tournaments, everything's being postponed or modified or canceled and all this, it's from Coachella to sports. It's kind of infiltrated everything that we do, as fans, really.
It's a mess.
Yeah. Word came down last night. The NBA has suspended the end of its season indefinitely going forward. The NHL is expected to make their decision on what they're going to do with their season at some point today.
I would imagine, this is just me, talking out loud, that the NBA would take the way the season looks right now in terms of the standings and say, okay, freeze it. That's how the regular season ends.
Yeah.
And we'll start the playoffs in a month or two. Like, however it is right now, that's how we'll go into the playoffs. I just got a feeling it would look like something like that.
The one big bummer, losing out games obviously is going to suck if it comes down that way. But the one bummer is last night became the very last time that we might see Vince Carter.
Yeah.
And he hit a three-pointer, didn't he?
He came in with only 19 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
I think because they realized that word was getting out, the NBA was suspending the season, so they put him into the game. And 19 seconds left in the game, they put him in, and he hit a three. And, a 22-year NBA career ends that way.
Unbelievable. You know what I mean? And it could be, like, I don't know what Atlanta is in the standings, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. No. And if they cut the regular season off here, then, that'd be it. Like, he'd be done. And what a weird way for him to go out.
Right. I think his career has spanned over 3 or 4 decades in the NBA. The 90s, the early 2000s, the teens, and now even the 20s. It's insane.
It is insane when you put it that way. Like, he has been around for forever, and people forget how good he was. And his highlights were insane.
Well, and his whole game changed. He was a big dunker early in his career, and now he's an outside shooter.
He's adapted, right? He couldn't get off the ground like he used to.
Just a freak athlete.
Vinsanity. They called him Vinsanity. It was half man, half amazing. Yeah, that's it.
And it's going to end like this.
Crazy. And it all happened because, what kind of sparked it all? Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. He tested positive. It sounds like there could be other players or coaches or even officials, referees being tested that are being presumptive positive as well. So that's why the NBA said, look, we got to shut it down.
You mean the guy who was joking around 2 days ago and touched every single
Did you see
microphone?
that?
Every reporter's microphone on his way out of a press conference.
Karma.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and that's, if you go on Twitter, you'll find that Rudy Gobert touching all the microphones, trying to be funny.
One fan on Twitter, it really made me laugh, goes like this: if he is patient zero in the NBA, like if he gets into the NBA and spreads, no mercy for Rudy Gobert ever.
No. It's insane how it's all being triggered maybe from this one guy, but I don't know. I hate to put it all on Rudy Gobert because there could be other guys in the league right now that have it. They just don't know it, but soon enough we'll know. But the NBA has suspended all operations as of right now. More coronavirus news regarding some other sports and tournaments we're going to get to right now. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas. They are the gas professionals. 3 locations across the Inland Empire for all of your gas needs. 1 in Rancho Cucamonga, 1 in Fontana, 1 in Riverside. So that is 3 Matheson Gas, so they make it easy for you wherever you live in the IE to fill up that propane tank, to get your welding supplies, whatever you may need in the gas world, they can hook it up. That's Matheson Gas, also online at mathesongas.com. They are the gas professionals. So right now, the NCAA tournament said that March Madness will continue, but they will have no spectators, no fans, just essential, personnel, around the team, and maybe select family members. So it's basically going to be empty arenas. Now, this is all very fluid, so will this change tomorrow or maybe over the weekend?
Well, remember there was a petition to just cancel March Madness. Not that would be fun or anything, but that may be gaining more steam now.
Yeah.
And that would be unbelievable.
With the opposing view with the NBA there, I would much rather watch an NCAA tournament with just nobody in the stands rather than no tournament at all.
Please.
Now, we're going to see, for example, UC Riverside men's basketball is playing UC Santa Barbara today in the Big West Conference tournament at the Pond Honda Center in Anaheim. That is going on with no fans. So if you watch it, I think it's on ESPN3. If you watch it, we'll get our first look of what's it going to look like with nobody there. It's going to be silent,
Right.
Besides the commentators. But yeah, it's going to be kind of weird. But as of right now, UCR is playing, but I've heard rumblings that maybe the Big West tournament's not going to go off because there's other tournaments.
The Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden, one of the most famous ones, is no fans.
Yes. So I don't know. Again, very fluid. Things can change quickly.
I've also seen golf is actually getting a lot of heat right now because they have a major tournament going on this weekend, and they are planning on running it with fans in attendance.
And they're putting some heat on them to not do
Right.
it, so we'll see what happens.
And I'm curious to see how many other leagues or these tournaments are going to follow the NBA's lead. Like, okay, well, if the NBA did this, I don't want to say peer pressure, but almost like, well, if they did it, we kind of feel that pressure. Like, man, we need to do something
Just like
drastic
buying
too.
Toilet paper, they'll drink it and get right on in line.
Yeah, I mean, something drastic. Like, well, if the NBA is going to shut things down, then gosh, if they're going to do it, well, we should probably do it too, just in case.
Well, one of the reasons for the NBA shutdown was because once they found out Rudy Gobert was positive for the coronavirus, they had to look back. And the Utah Jazz have been in Cleveland, New York, Boston, Detroit, and Toronto all within the last 10 days.
Yes.
So every single one of those facilities and their staffs and their players are all susceptible to this.
Yeah, like, and you backtrack, because I don't know, again, I'm not a medical professional, I don't know what the lifespan is of this virus, but yeah, like 10 days, right? Like, wherever he was or talked to or interacted with in the last 10 days.
No, there's reporters
could be.
or even on ESPN reporter who's just in a hotel room. She's not sick yet, she's just like, we're waiting to hear what to do.
Dude, how
We
bizarre.
don't know what to do.
And think about this. Remember when that first plane came from Wuhan, China, and it landed here in the Inland Empire, remember, at March, and we're like, what's this coronavirus? Like, is it a big deal? They're going to quarantine some people, and they don't want to be there on the base, and here we are, the NBA suspended. And now, I think it's the mayor of Houston has said, what was the public gathering number? I think is it 500?
250.
250? So like no gatherings over 250?
The
Seattle has something like that?
People, no more than 250 people, and our governor's calling for it too.
Governor Newsom was calling for that California-wide. He's trying to make that a thing.
No large groups.
So, at least for the city of Houston, if you think about it that way, the Angels open up their baseball season, the regular season, on the road at the Houston Astros. And I know that's still a couple weeks away, and things could drastically change between right now and then. But let's just say the baseball season could be pushed back now.
They said that they're looking into maybe possibly having games in places that are not afflicted with it. Wouldn't that be wild?
Like where? But where would that be?
Memphis
Montana?
Yeah, all over
I
the
mean,
place.
like in a field in Montana?
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know what this means, and like I thought yesterday was going to be a normal day, and all of a sudden it was like pouring gasoline on a fire, like with all this coronavirus stuff. It just kind of blew up and combusted, and so who knows what today was going to hold. But as of right now, I know all these different cities, counties, government officials are making these mandated choices. What public gatherings are going to look like, what that number is, and that's drastically going to affect sporting events and concerts and all these things. How many people can get together to see one thing?
Yeah, I mean, large events right now are all kind of in danger.
It's just crazy. I do want to point out that Clayton Kershaw is supposed to make his 9th start on opening day for the Dodgers, if it happens against the Giants on March 26th. But again, who knows what's going to happen the next week or two.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are we done? Pat, don't matter your stuff.
Inland Sports, it's all over social media. We've got the YouTube channel as well. We're pushing forward because there are sports still going on.
Thanks, Pat.
Inland Sports.